Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Today I'm here with a very special guest. This is Dr. Sue Morter, and I had the pleasure of being at this awesome place. I'm at Arrhythmia right now in Costa Rica, which I think I let you guys know that I'm going to be here for a whole week. I specifically chose this week because I saw Dr. Sue Morter was going to be here. She is someone that's able to really bridge spirituality, metaphysics, and science all together in a way that's easy and palpable to understand. Now, that's also something similar that we talk about on this channel. So I thought it'd be great to bring her on, and she has a great basis and understanding of the power of vibration and how we can integrate that in with the law of attraction. And she's gonna share a technique right now that really changed the way I see the whole process of us finding our true vibrational frequency and creating from this place, instead of creating like we might sometimes from the ego or desiring something that's outside of us. So I thought I'd go ahead and introduce you to Dr. Sue Morter, who will share with you guys some great content on understanding more about the law of attraction process, if you want to share a little bit about that, and then how we can incorporate our vibrational frequency into the process.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
fabulous.
thank you for
Fabulous. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here with you, and it's great to be here at Arrhythmia. And we've been having an amazing time speaking about the fact that everything is energy, and that we are energy beings, that we are made of energy as well. And in that, we begin to recognize that it becomes important that we learn how to manage the energy that we are in order to manifest the things that we want to manifest, the ways that we want to manifest here in this world. And so what we were just sharing about prior to this moment was that when we get here, when we land in this world, in this life, we tend to kind of splat. And when we splat, we have a disorientation, and we are dispersed in our energy, and our energy flows out into the world instead of being directed in a grounded fashion. And so we become oriented to the outer world rather than being oriented to our deep internal truth. And as such, what ends up happening is we become dispersed in our power. We kind of have a lack of orientation of the sense of self. We don't really know who we are. And so in order to begin to feel and sense a deeper sense of who we are, we have to collect that energy again. We have to pull back from the splat we've been in. So in the splat, our mind, our body, our breath kind of go in different directions, and we're disoriented, and we spend our lives trying to pull those energies back together again and anchor ourselves to really have a sense of who we are. So I have some techniques, some things that people do that allow them to rock and anchor themselves right back into the core, to the true essential self. And so you want me to just go through some of those?
Yeah,
okay.
if you could share.
So one of the things that we want to do is to not be living in our heads so much, and to come down into the body and be in a place where we can start to feel and sense the truth of who we are. One of the ways that we can do that is a process called mula bandha, which is from an ancient Eastern technique that is basically like a Kegel exerciser. It's just about contracting the muscles at the base of the pelvic bowl, and it's kind of like, I just want me to go into the expression because it's like, okay,
it is, but it's cool. We did it. Right. We all did it when we were there, and you become, I talk a lot about on the channel about bringing the awareness out of the head and into the body. This is a way to kind of supercharge that, because as you put the sensation on certain parts of your body and you squeeze certain parts of your body, you're literally, as you do that, the energy is moving from being over-identified and chaotic in the mind and the mind thought patterns into the body, and this is a way to supercharge that. Right. So this is something, if you could share how to do that.
So we're just taking all this energy field that's up in the head, and we're anchoring it down at the root of your spine. So you contract all the muscles at the base of the pelvic bowl, just squeeze them. Like if you were going to the bathroom and you had to stop the stream, all of a sudden just boom, stop. You would have to squeeze certain muscles to make that happen. So these are the muscles that you're going to squeeze, and as you do, you kind of lift them up toward your heart. So you kind of squeeze at the muscles of the base of the pelvic bowl, kind of lift it up toward your heart, and then the next thing you're going to do is start to bring this all into alignment. You're going to squeeze your heart in the center of your chest, not your heart muscle, but this like spiritual heart in the center of your chest, like you're giving yourself a hug, kind of like if you were doing a bench press and you had to stabilize with all those muscles. It's right there in the core of the body. Then constrict constrict your throat a little bit so that you could hear your breath. It's kind of like Ujjayi breathing, a Darth Vader breath. And as you can hear the vibration of that breath moving through the throat, what you begin to do is bring your senses into the core of your being because of that constriction. So you can hear and feel and sense your way back to the central channel of the body where this energy is really designed to be running in great concentration. The next thing I'm going to invite you to do is to roll your eyes up. If you can roll your eyes up without moving your nose, you'll feel some tension behind your eyes. And when you move your eyes in this position, you feel this tension. It begins to be the top of a plumb line. You're looking for that place in the center of the brain. And that plumb line is dropping from right behind your eyes, right down through the throat, down through the center of your chest, and into the tip of the spine where you're rooted. And that line is where you want to breathe constantly. Because we're constantly breathing, and we tend to chest breathe. So this is an invitation for you to breathe in your belly, which is pulling you down into the core of your body more so that you can actually feel and sense this deeper wisdom truth of who you are, this soulful self, versus out here living in this splatted state, out in this protective personality, which tends to get defensive and protective and has things to prove, etc. So what we're doing is pulling everyone back into their core and allowing them to take a breath from above your head. Just take a breath from above your head, right down through the top of your head, through that area of tension behind your eyes, through the throat, through the chest, and then exhale down through this mula bandha, this root lock at the tip of your spine, keeping it all contracted the whole time, and exhale into the earth. And then lastly, you'll breathe up from the earth, right through that mula bandha, right through into the belly. Keep the heart squeezed, and then you're going to exhale through that squeezed heart, through the throat, right up through that area in the center of your brain and out the top of your head. And that's a central channel breath that enhances the toric field, which is an electromagnetic energy field and part of the study of bioenergetics, which is the environment that you're creating for your own cellular structure. And in that, you either heal or you don't. You either manifest or you don't. And the way that you allow yourself to manifest or to heal more profoundly, more consistently, is if you're creating a concentration of this energy at the center of that toric field flow on a constant basis. In doing so, you become stabilized. You become this absolute stabilizing presence in the face of everything that you're experiencing in your life, rather than looking to the outer world for that stabilization or that validation of the truth of who you are. You're walking around as that truth, bringing it out into the world, rather than looking for the world to convince you that you're okay.
Right.
You are the okayness that's presenting out into the world.
And I love that, because another thing that kind of relates to is in the seminar, you were talking about how there's this idea of subject and object. And normally we think that if we project an idea out there, like we want to attract that over there into our life over here, that, what I've learned from what she's been explaining, is that by doing that, we actually disperse our energy. Anytime we want to change somebody else, that change is very hard to happen because we're trying to imply and we're projecting our energy outwards in an undispersed and chaotic way, when instead what you can do is we're all one consciousness. And this is a deeper idea for a different day, I think, as you say, because this gets into the idea of oneness and understanding things at a much deeper level. But the idea is that as we just become okay in our own energy field and we put the subject at our core, everything begins to change as a reflection versus us trying to change somebody else.
You know how it is when somebody walks in the room and you give all your power to them. You just throw your power away, and you feel very disempowered. You may not be aware that you're doing this, but you're doing it. And so the invitation is this: just call your energy back home. Just quicken. Come right back onto subject, onto the self, instead of throwing all your energy onto other. Because when we do that, we become empowered. We start to stream this energy in a really potent fashion, and it's in that potency that we can make a difference in the world. When we overtry or overgive or overdo, we disperse our energy and we become actually much more less effective than if we are anchored and rooted in our own physiology. So we have everything that it takes to manifest and to be who we want to be in the world. But if we're dispersing it too much, we don't get to experience it, and so the other world doesn't get to experience us as that. And so we just kind of disappear into the masses. And that's not your destiny. Your destiny is to land, to plant, to anchor, to be integrated, and to bring forth your medicine, your gifts to the world in your own unique way.
And do you think the easiest way to find that is to just simply maybe follow our own excitement, or to kind of live from our core and to kind of live passionately by doing what we want to be doing and follow and trusting that path?
The more we get into this core and breathe life into it, the more it catches the attention of our conscious mind, and then your deep internal wisdom drives your passionate path. Instead of getting attracted to the latest flashiest thing and getting pulled off center onto that, you stay grounded, you stay integrated, you know who you are, and this will come and go, but you're going to be here stable and steady because you're following a deeper truth and riding a wave that is your authentic self.
Yeah. Beautiful.
It's a very big difference.
Well, I wanted to say thank you, Dr. Sue Morter, for coming on here. It's very great to come here to listen to all the speaking you did and all the teaching that you did. I definitely gained a lot from it, even from coming from, you know, having a YouTube channel that shares these similar ideas. It definitely deepened my understanding of it. So I wanted to first off say thank you very much for coming on and sharing this with everybody. What I'm going to go ahead and do is link Dr. Sue Morter's channel below and maybe some links from her websites if you want to check out more what she does. She has great perspectives when it comes to understanding all of these deeper levels. She gets advanced. She also has stuff that's very for the layman's terms. So all the way through, you'll get some type of value from it. So I'll go and link that below. And other than that, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, much love, namaste.